What's going
Erroll
on?
Thompson, and we will start with Paul Jones.
Erroll, obviously you're one of the most experienced, if not the most experienced player back. Where do you think y'all's depth could come from this year? Who are some guys you think that are going to be able to step up and provide that depth at the linebacker position?
Guys like at the center position, guys like Jordan Davis and Tyrus Wheat, those guys have both been doing an awesome job. Aaron Brule, he's running with me right now. But Buki Watson is a guy that's been sticking out. In my opinion, he's been doing everything the right way. He's been coming in watching film, so he's a guy who I expect to have a good year.
Next, we will go to Tyler Horka.
Yeah, Eric Mealy was just in here talking about how Kylan Hill's just kind of a nightmare matchup, no matter if he's matched up against a linebacker, defensive back, whoever it is, catching passes out of the backfield. Have you had to match up with him, and what is he like out of the backfield? He's been here for so long, obviously, but it seems like his touches in that capacity are about to skyrocket.
Yes, I've matched with him, throughout this whole camp. We've been matched up, whether it's one-on-ones or just a team setting, we've been matched up together. And he's a guy who, y'all know his big playability. He's a guy, Alvin Kamara type of guy. He can get it in space, throw it to him, but he can also run it. He's a problem. I feel like he's going to be a great asset for us this year.
Next, we'll go to Ben Portnoy.
Erroll, kind of following up on that, I guess, what has it been like going against this running back room this year? I mean, there's obviously a lot of guys that seem to be in that rotation, and I guess what have you seen from that group? Obviously, you've seen a lot of good running backs come through here in the last few years.
It's been great, man. Those guys are very talented, very hard-working guys. Guys like Woody Marks. He's a guy who's, probably had one of the best camps in my opinion, out of everybody. And so that's a guy that's going to stick out. And like you said, like you also mentioned, Kylan, those two guys and Kareem, really the whole room is, doing their thing. But, those three guys are really sticking out to me.
Next, we'll go to Brian Haydad.
Erroll, you obviously know what a good SEC defense looks like. You've played on one here at Mississippi State. When you look at this defense, where are you excited and where do you see concern?
I'm really excited about the whole group. You know what I mean? I feel like this year we have more chemistry than maybe before. You know what I mean? It's not my call, but I feel like we have great chemistry this year. I feel like we work together better than before. And the problems, the concerns are, I'm not really, that's kind of y'all's call, so not really my call. So I feel like we got great chemistry though.
Next, we'll go back to Paul Jones.
Erroll, what was kind of your takeaway from the scrimmage side? What caught your attention as far as what you did well and what the offense did well?
What caught my attention, defense. I feel like we flew around pretty good. We swung to the ball. Still of course, there's always improvement there. But I feel like we ran to the ball exceptionally well. Pretty good. And offensive side of the ball, KJ, he made some pretty good throws. He made some really good throws actually. Had some good reads. And guys like Terrell Shavers, he's a guy who, he always does his thing in scrimmages. And the running back room also did pretty good in the scrimmage as well. So.
We'll go back to Ben Portnoy.
Erroll, I know we talked to Coach Arnett, and he was saying that the defense wasn't at least quite where he wanted it to be heading into this week. From point A, starting at the beginning of camp to now, I guess, where do you guys feel like you're at, and I guess what's kind of the next step that's got to be taken for y'all's group?
It's not really my call, like I said before, but I feel like, we're a work in progress. It's always room for improvement. I feel like we're coming together every day to work, to put the work in, to be the best that we can be. And I feel like by next week, we might not be all the way there, but we're working towards it. So.
Next, we'll go back to Paul Jones.
Erroll, obviously, in different defenses here at Mississippi State. In this 3-3-5 defense under Arnett, is there anything different about your role, or is it kind of like the same as last year in the 4-2-5?
Coach Arnett has done a great job with kind of, he knows I've been in, many different multiple schemes, but he's doing a great job with kind of keeping it, simple for me, kind of, trying to match it up to, last year or, even before then. So Everything's really Coach Arnett he's a simple guy. He's not trying to make anything too complicated or put anybody in binds, that they're uncomfortable with. So, I mean, it's really the same. Football is football. Just get to the ball, best as you can, make plays.
Go back to Brian Haydad.
Erroll, you saw LSU a year ago, and you knew what they were, and now you sort of know what they are this year. New coaches, new quarterback, new players all over the place. What are you expecting to see from LSU in that first game?
I'm expecting to, kind of be kind of similar as last year. I mean, or just in years before, very physical team, very disciplined team. That's going, it's going to be a four quarter showdown. So like I said, very physical, very disciplined, and a good team as well.
Next, we'll go to Tyler Borka.
Erroll, you mentioned the chemistry that you feel like you guys have on this unit this year. What would you attribute that to, and how did that come about, especially with how crazy weird this offseason has been so far?
Coach Tyson Brown, our head strength coach. Through the pandemic, of course we've been with him, throughout the summer and everything. But he's been a big piece to our, chemistry, and I feel like he's gonna be a big piece to our success as well. He's always on his P's and Q's. He's always, doing the necessary things, we need. So he's been a very big piece to this.
Next, we'll go to Ben Portnoy.
Oh, you've played at Tiger Stadium when it's full tilt. I mean, with it being a little bit more limited, does that matter at all for some of the younger guys that you guys kind of got scattered on that defense? Or I guess is that any added help or anything like that?
As in, like, the stadium might not be full capacity, or
yeah, and that just like less crowd noise, that kind of thing. I mean, how much does that help some of the younger guys going in there for their first college game, that kind of thing?
I feel like it can help. I mean, I remember my first college game. It was pretty loud. So, I mean, it's still gonna be pretty loud to them because I'm sure they haven't even been. They've probably been a couple hundred. In high school. So it's gonna be pretty loud for them. But I feel like with it not being this maximum capacity, it should help.
All right, we have some more time with Erroll. Does anybody have anything else? Paul, you got something else? No?
I'm good.
Okay. Well, we'll let Erroll go then. Erroll, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Hail State.